Hi everyone, in this video tutorial we will see what an easy downloadable 3D modeling software like Microsoft 3D Builder has to offer. Unfortunately, the program is only available on Microsoft Windows, so for the one of you that are following this guide from an Apple device, you might as well try following our Tinkercad series as an alternative to this program. Moving on, to download the program is very easy. You just need to open the Microsoft Store, search for Microsoft 3D Builder. And the first app in the list is the one we want to install. So we select it and we click install. Once the program is installed, we can click open and Windows will open the program for us. Now to set our interface, let's click on new scene, and starting from the top left, we can see we have a generic menu with all the options related to the file management, to the 3D printing service that we can open and use within this program, and two other tabs, one with information related to the model and one with information related to the 3D printer you may add to this program. Moving on, we have the Insert tab. Here we can start adding basic shape or in general object to our workplace like this. We select one and we drag it to the surface. As an example, here we have a cube and a cone. Moving on, we have the Object tab that gives us all the tool to slightly modify our object in our interface, like for example the Duplicate tool that just duplicate an object. Then we have the Copy tool that will copy our object, and by clicking paste we'll paste it to our work plane. Then by clicking cut we can just remove the two objects we just created. Then we have the delete tool that allows us to easily delete something. And moving on, we have the settle command that allows us to position and lay the selected 3D object flat on the work plane. Then we have the mirror that mirrors the object on the x-axis, and then the measure command that allows us to simply measure the distance between 2 points on our object. Moving on, we find all the edit tools that allow us to modify in more detail our object in our modulation. First of all, we have the Simplify tool that allows us to simplify the geometry of a complex object, like for example this cone that, as you can see, is composed by a very high number of polygons that we can just reduce to lower its impact on our computer performance. Then we have the Split tool that allows us to set a certain height that will be used by the program to cut our object, like this. Then we have the Smooth tool that will actively smooth our shape, as you can see. Moving on, we find the Emboss tool that allows us to emboss our object with not only text that we can type directly in this interface, like this, but also simple pattern or even shapes. As you can see, by clicking emboss, the program will emboss our letters over the object. Moving on, we have the extrude down option that allows us to extrude further our object. So as you can see, by clicking extrude down, the program will generate an extrusion downward of our object. Then we find the merge option that by selecting two objects and clicking merge will create one singular object. Moving on, we have the intersect tool that allows us to subtract one object in respect of the other. As you can see, here we have the negative of the two objects. Moving on, we find the subtract tool that allows us to subtract a certain shape to another, like this. As you can see, we have subtracted the cone shape from the cube. Moving on, lastly, we have the hollow function that allows us to hollow our object to a specified wall thickness. As you can see, by changing the slider, we make the wall much thicker or much thinner. After the Edit tab, we find the Paint tab that allows us to change not only the color but also the texture and the material of our objects. By clicking Material, we can select the properties that the program will apply to our object, like for example, if we want it more translucent or more realistic. We can also choose which color apply to the object. If we want a more matte finish or more of a glossy finish, we can choose if we want a metallic finish, and also which kind of metallic finish we want. Moving on, we can just change the color with the color tool, like this. And lastly, the texture. As you can see, we can add a certain texture to one of the faces of our object. Moving on, we have the last of our tool tabs that allow us to change the view option in our program. In fact, we can not only change how we see the object, but also the shading profiles. If we want shadows, which kind of shadows we want. If we want colors or just blank objects. If we want reflections. And if we want the artificial smoothing of the program. We can also choose to see the wireframe of our objects, and we can also choose to remove the grid of the work plane, like this. Moving on, we have the X-ray option that allows us to see only the object we have selected by removing all the other objects, making them transparent, like this, as you can see. For the tool tabs, that's it. Now, moving on the right, we find this 3D print button that allows us to send directly the model we just created to a 3D printing service to make our project become real, the Save button, and the Do and Undo button. Here on this right menu, we can see all the object information. Also, we have a tab to group and ungroup our object. Not only that, but we have the option to select all, to deselect all, to invert our selection, and to make a sticky selection, so everything that touches each other is selected at the same time. Lastly, we find the list of our shapes, in this case the cone and the cube, that we can more practically select from here. For this simple Microsoft 3D Builder overview, it's all. For more video like this, follow JBDTube.